I never thought I'd see the day when two men in fake uniforms slapped cuffs on me at my own front door while the HOA president stood there smiling like she'd won the lottery. Their excuse? I was in violation of community bylaws. The truth? The only thing being tested that morning was my patience. But let me back up. 3 weeks earlier, I had moved into my new house. Fresh paint, unopened boxes, and the smell of clean beginnings. My wife, God rest her soul, had labeled one box old files burn. Inside were commendations, SWAT after-action notes, and 20 years of memories from the job. I had finally retired as chief of police, and this house was supposed to be my peace. The neighborhood was quiet, lined with old oaks and neat lawns. Birds, not sirens, woke me up in the mornings. My grandpa used to say a man's home should be a castle. I wanted mine to be a fortress of silence. For a while, it was perfect. A wave from Duke across the street, who lived behind his eternal leaf blower. A young family bringing over cookies. I set up my workshop in the garage. For the first time in years, I was sleeping through the night. Then came the first notice. A bright red paper, tucked under my truck's wiper blade. Violation. My grass was a 1/4 inch. Too tall. $50 fine, signed by Karen Van Fleet, President, Oak Street HOA. I looked at my lawn. It was fine. I looked at my neighbors. Identical. That familiar feeling coiled in. My gut, not anger, but duty. The kind you feel when you see a bully picking on someone smaller. By the next day, there were 2 notices. Lawn again, and now the trash can. I'd left it visible for 3 hours after pickup. $75 more. The language escalated. Immediate compliance, further action. She was testing me. A woman with sharp features and a clipboard walked by my yard. She paused, scribbled something, then gave me a smug, tight-lipped smile. Karen Van Fleet, my neighborhood queen. I drove to the county clerk's office. The records counter smelled like dust and bureaucracy, solid ground, the kind I trust. When I asked for Oak Street HOA's incorporation papers, the clerk frowned, typed, squinted, and shook her head. She checked again. Nothing. Not even a variation of the name. My neighborhood was zoned single-family back in the 70s. No covenants ever filed. The red notices weren't rules. They were fraud. And fraud is something I know how to deal with. She gave me a notarized letter, official seal and all, stating no HOA existed here. I left with 2 copies. That letter alone could have ended the game, but ending it wasn't enough. I needed proof. I needed her caught red-handed with no room to wriggle out. Back at the house, I unpacked more than just dishes. Cameras disguised along the exterior. A button on my shirt replaced with a high-fidelity mic. A black ring on my finger rigged as a panic button. 2 taps. And my lieutenant, Danny Reyes, would see and hear everything in real time.